just want to pop you over to Magaliesburg, where the Thabo Mbeki Foundation is currently hosting their annual Peace and Security Dialogue. Delegates from across the African continent will discuss conflicts and coups in Africa. Watching the story is SABC News reporter Khayelihle Khumalo, who joins us now live from Magaliesburg. And the International Relations Minister Khayelihle is among those who have spoken on day one of that gathering, speaking about how perhaps Pan-Africanism is the answer to resolving these long-standing conflicts.
Well, very much so. Under the African peace architecture, it is really under the spotlight in Magaliesburg. As you know, that the continent really is beset by a number of conflicts. You look at the current situation in the Eastern DRC, but also the Horn of Africa and the Sahel region, and not far from here in South Africa, in Cabo Delgado, where you do have sporadic attacks. And Minister Lamola is here with us. So, sir, thank you so much for your time. You spoke extensively about the DRC issue, Minister. We know that South Africa has been putting concerted effort in finding a solution. Maybe let's just get your input, Minister. We know that there is a Washington process and also the Doha one. And you made it very clear that these should reinforce the African-led peace initiative.
Yes, it should be, because as you are aware, the AU, the East Africa and SADC have always been seized with the matter, and we have resolved that there must be engagement with the state and non-state actors, which is a process that is being led by the initiative where President Obasanjo and other 5 facilitators are seized with the matter. So that process is very important for sustainability of the peace process.
And Minister, obviously the biggest one as well, the current situation in Sudan. We saw your department issuing a statement calling for the cessation of hostilities, given the biggest humanitarian crisis that is unfolding in Al-Fasher and many other areas in Sudan.
Yes, indeed. South Africa has condemned the killing of about 20 Sudanese citizens and about 50 or more injured. That this is an atrocity that should not be allowed to continue to happen. And that's why we call for the cessation of the hostility. We call for all the parties to open up engagements, because in any conflict, it must end up with the dialogue and engagements. And the parties have to be open to engage. And obviously, the Peace and Security Council of the AU must continue to be seized with the matter.
Before we let you go, Minister, we know that you're incredibly busy. You're going to the U.S. this month. The issue of tariffs, the issue of negotiating with Washington, D.C., how's that process unfolding?
Yeah, no, thank you. Indeed, we are. Obviously, we're going to UNGA, the UN General Assembly, but on the margins of UNGA, there will be engagements. And there will also obviously be engagements with some stakeholders in the U.S. So the issue of tariff is an ongoing discussion that the Department of Trade and Industry is leading, obviously with the support of DERCO. And it is going as expected. But we continue to say that South Africa should continue to prepare itself for the worst case scenario, where the tariffs may not be changed, and prepare itself to live and mitigate the pain. And that's why the Department of Trade and Industry has already started a call center, has started the support measures to the affected companies. This must also be strengthened by accelerating the process of finding a new market, diversification of the markets, because it's clear that while we engage with the U.S., if you have checked with all the countries, even where they've reduced the tariffs, it has gone to about 15%. So the reality is that these tariffs may live with us, maybe at a reduced level, but even that one is not given. As we always say, the U.S. is unpredictable. You will never know what will end up being the outcome. So it is important that South African society prepares itself. Even businesses in South Africa, the private sector, needs to prepare itself to work with the government to find new markets.
All right. Minister Lamola, thank you so much, sir, for your time. Of course, those are some of the very critical issues that are taking center stage here. And it's been very clear from the chairperson of the Thabo Mbeki Foundation, Geraldine Fraser-Moleketi, saying this is not a negotiating forum, but it's part and parcel of a strategic intervention, really trying to deal with peace and security in Africa. If you talk about rolling out and implementing the African continental free trade area, you do need peace and do away with the pockets of very, very ferocious conflicts that are still affecting a number of African countries. So we're going to be stationed here throughout today just to make sure that you do get all the nuts and bolts around here at this security and peace dialogue.